Hey, what's up, everybody? Here we go again, episode 63, FA's Value. I'm Brian.
I'm Lucas.
And I'm Will.
Super pumped to have you back again for another week, action-packed week. This past weekend between football and soccer and all the things above. So a lot of good stuff going on. Going to get into all of it today. So
What are
as
we,
we do every week,
63?
63. Yep, we're rolling, dude.
Nice. Hell
Doing
yeah.
great. So let's keep it rolling. So as we do every week, we're gonna start with our hugs and hikes. So Will, you want to lead it off this week with a hug?
Yeah, I got one. I'm gonna go venture into the world of track and field. Of course, that's my little niche sport that I kind of pop in here every now and then. And you know, track and field doesn't do a very good job of letting the world know when they have a big time event going on because the World Championships happened over the last 10 days, and I'm gonna assume neither one of you two probably knew that was going on. Yeah,
Not
Did
a
not.
clue.
yeah, yeah. World Championships in Tokyo, and they just kind of fly under everybody's radar, especially when they're, way across the world where there's not really at times where everybody's watching here. But anyway, pretty good showing overall for the Americans. But my big shout out is going out to Sydney McLaughlin Larone. She's notably a 400-meter hurdle runner, but she's pretty much accomplished everything in that. She wanted to challenge the 400-meter world record, just missed it, but ran the second fastest time in history at 47.78 in the women's
Wow.
400. Also, dragged Paulino from the Dominican to under a 48 time. One of the fastest women's races of all time. The world record is still held by one of the Soviets from way back when, and you could argue back and forth if that was part of that doping scandal or not. So, yeah, unbelievable time. She's trending towards one of the greatest American female track and field athletes of all time. She's still young. I think the record's well within her reach. So yeah, she's getting the hug this week. Highlight some women's athletics.
For sure.
Dude, who needs hurdles, man? Like, I mean, she don't.
I mean, I
Yeah.
That's
the only
wild.
thing,
That's
the only
wild,
thing
dude. Like,
I think she's gonna push to break the 400-meter flat record, and then the only thing left is to go back to the hurdles and try to break 50, which would be, I mean, that wouldn't even thought to be fathomable
Yeah.
before she came around. I mean, she's been a prodigy since high school, since she was 16 at the Olympics, but I mean, sometimes for prodigies, it's hard to live up to the hype, and she's blown completely past it.
yeah,
So,
hmm
that's
Crazy.
crazy. That's very crazy.
Lucas?
I'm gonna give my hug to Pat McAfee for his dive on College Game Day. If you didn't see it, but not just his dive. I'm gonna give him a hug for saving the entire country from seeing himself, all of himself. I don't know if you watched his show and kind of his whole thing. Like, he's a size 37. They only had a size 34 speedo. He said he was wearing some white pants and he could see some stuff down there before he took off his pants. So he live on TV readjusted himself and saved us from seeing that. So give Pat McAfee a hug for being aware of his surroundings and
That's a great
saving
lookout.
national television from having a Janet Jackson kind of a situation going on. So uh,
Except way worse.
yes, yes. Um, so yeah, Pat McAfee, thank you so much, man.
That's great.
what'd y'all
I'm
think
gonna
about
give
the form?
Yeah,
Was he going
yeah,
for like a pencil dive? I wasn't so sure.
yeah.
Like, or he was
I
kind of
think
like a
so.
floppy fish out of water. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of a fall. He probably was, in
Yeah,
midair thinking, "What am I doing?" But
there was a little bit too much splash for my liking on
Yeah.
the dismount.
yeah,
So
yeah,
Give him a six
yeah,
and a half out of 10.
yeah.
yeah,
Good stuff, Pat.
Oh
yeah.
yeah. I'm gonna give a hug to Banana Ball. So we got to go watch Banana Ball on Saturday, the Texas Tailgaters and the Party Animals. And dude, like if you ever get to go, like it's such a cool experience. Like they do stuff between every innings. It's a 2 hour time limit. So it kind of keeps the pace going. Like, dude, like they're flying. Um the tailgaters, like their first base coach was grilling hot dogs in the coach's box. Like the other side, like the third base coach with party animals are doing, they're like mixing drinks like during the game. Like, dude, they're like chunking hot dogs into the stands. Like I mean, just like they're playing music the entire time for 2 hours. Like it's literally a party the entire time. Like it's like one of the coolest things ever. So like even my 5-year-old who doesn't get into really anything, like he was into it and he was enjoying it. So it was just super cool to get to go, and especially being in Dell Diamond too. It's a smaller
Hmm.
environment, so it feels like it's a lot more active in that situation. I feel like it'd still be fun in like Mid and May or Daikin, place like that, but being a AAA stadium, it was super cool. So yeah, we got really enjoyed that. So it was really cool to do. So
Yeah, it's
yep.
awesome. I've seen some highlights of that stuff. It's pretty wild what they can do, like all the backflips and tricks and all that stuff. It's
Dude, they had a guy that got a base hit on a unicycle. Like, and, dude, it was unbelievable. Like, actually, like the dude was not holding back his pitches either. Like, threw a 90-mile-an-hour pitch and he rips a single into left field. I was like, how, I don't even know how you keep balance for that. So
yeah,
it
that's
was
cool.
crazy, but yeah, no, a lot of fun though. So
Yeah.
what about your hike, Will?
I mean, I could give a lot of hikes. I mean, a lot of people in college football are about to be taking a hike. You know, maybe there's some Texas Tech fans in our TikTok comments that could get a hike from us for commenting about me wearing a Texas A&M hat. And what do I know as a Texas A&M or Texas 8-4 fan? You know, because as a Texas Tech fan, outside of a Crabtree miracle on a sideline tightrope in 2008, what the hell have you guys done? But I won't. You know, I won't be that guy and tell those guys to go take a big fat hike. So
Yeah.
instead, I'm going to go back to women's athletics. The WNBA, who's trying to become, a higher profile professional league. And one of the best ways they think to do that is when the star player of your organization, who didn't play that much this year, she was hurt, takes to an Instagram comment to talk about the officiating. They say, no, we are not going to stand for this. You might be the face, but we're going to treat everybody equally, and you cannot go on Instagram and comment about the officiating. We are going to fine you $200.
I saw that. I did
A
see that.
professional league is fining their players $200 for an Instagram. Who's gonna take that seriously, guys?
Dude,
Like,
that's groceries. That's groceries for a week,
Yeah.
man.
what do we do? A $200 fine?
Yeah,
I
man.
mean,
Golly.
that's outrageous. I laughed very hard when I saw that. So, I mean, WNBA, if you want to, you just can't. I'm sorry. I hate to tell you to take a hike, but you got to take a hike with some crap like that.
Yeah, yeah. But like realistically though, I have no idea what it was. Caitlin Clark, by the way.
It was Caitlin Clark, yes.
I have no idea what her salary is per year. But like, if you extrapolate like the percentage of the $200 fine to her salary, would that be the same as like a John Morant fine with his salary? It'd probably be
Yeah,
probably similar. You know
I
what?
think her
Like,
rookie, I think her rookie contract was somewhere in the 70s per year. So
She's
yeah.
making
compared to John,
78,000 a year.
okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
so
So
John Morant makes what, 50 million?
I
Hmm.
understand, Lucas, but my whole like, why even give the fine?
Yeah,
I
No,
mean,
two hundred
agreed,
dollars.
agreed.
what are we doing?
Yeah.
But how much did Ja get fined? Like twenty thousand
Yeah,
dollars? Like that's
correct.
like,
Which it's the same percentage as what hers is if you prorate it down. So
but I agree, $200 is
yeah.
laughable. Agreed. But yeah,
Hey, some people make $200 in a day, but Angel Reese makes $200 in 24 hours. So
it's true. It's a great point.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. What about you,
There's our
Lucas?
there's our WNBA content for TikTok.
Oh yeah.
Uh, I'm gonna go ahead and get myself a hike. I'm gonna tell myself to take a hike. I went 0-5 last week. I uh,
Oof.
I was an idiot and picked Florida, which they hung in there. We'll talk about it a little bit later. That's fine. But all my picks were god awful, and get a little roasted on TikTok, which is good for the soul. So um, yeah, it's whatever. Tech fans are coming in hard, as Will said. Um, but we ride or die. Our analysis isn't always perfect, but I deserve to take a
Ah,
hike for picking Florida. That's what
ah.
it is. That's what it
Oh
is.
man. We also got roasted on there. Somebody after the Utah Texas Tech game came on there and commented on our post and said, "Tough take, guys." Yeah,
Yeah,
you can make any comment after a game.
for sure.
Were you going to come in there if Utah wins 38 to whatever and say, "Oh, great take"? No, I mean you can get out of here with
Yeah,
that
yeah.
crap.
Let's go
But
back. Let's go back and find all the receipts about all the Clemson fans saying they're going to destroy LSU week one.
yeah, I
Let's see
Yep.
mean,
where they're at now.
hey,
You
it
know,
happens,
I
man.
no, no,
In the
for sure.
in these picks, you got to take risks. I mean, I would. Did I go 1 and 4, or did I sneak out 2 and 3? I don't. I think I snuck
I
out
don't
two
even
and three
remember.
actually, but
Yeah, it was
yeah,
a rough week for
it's
me.
yeah.
But that's again, that's all on me for picking Florida. That's
You say that, and we'll analyze the game later. But for
three
30
quarters.
something minutes,
Yeah,
yeah,
They were right
yeah,
there in it.
45 minutes, yeah, they were in it. But
yeah.
Yeah, I
Ryan,
love the amount of Texas Tech fans that decide to bookmark our TikTok so they could
I
come
like it.
back after the game. Yeah.
I love it.
You gotta love the
Keep them coming.
passion. Yeah.
Keep them coming.
they've been Tech fans for 34 seconds, guys.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna go ahead and give a hike to any polls out there right now in NCAA football, just because I feel like, and I know we kind of talked about this in the chat, like they've become pretty much useless. Like I feel like the only people that benefit from the polls at right at this point in the season are any of your mid majors that are trying to get into a playoff. I mean, other than that, I mean, the fact that like teams are moving up without playing, teams are dropping uh, after wins. I mean, like Miami jumping to number two after beating a Florida team that hasn't played well. Like it just kind of just blows my mind, like just the movement. And I know a lot of it, and I know Lucas, we talked about it separately. It's like, it's like a lot of these writers that vote, they don't watch most of the games. They just look at scores and they go, "Oh, that was a great win. Like I want to move them up." It's kind of like the lady 2 weeks ago that moved Florida up after they lost to South Florida. Like that tells you everything you need to know right there. It's absolutely meaningless. So I mean,
Yeah,
just I feel like with the way the college football or the playoff is played out now, like these polls mean nothing. So they can take a hike.
it's talking points, but the thing that's the most asinine thing, in my opinion, is that this exact poll was what crowned a national champion. Can we
Yeah.
go back and talk about that? Like some West Coast beat writer who has to wake up at 9 a.m. to watch Big Ten football back in the day has to decide, you know what? I'm not going to put Michigan ahead of USC this year because I have my bias. That's I don't know. There's no way you can watch every game and not just watch every game, but why would you want to watch every game? Like if I'm a beat writer from Boise State, I'm not going to watch LSU Southeastern Louisiana. Like it's just not going to
No.
happen.
you
Um,
can't. Your duties, you're too busy like doing what everything for your team.
Absolutely. And not only you're doing stuff for your team, but like say you have an early kickoff, like you're not going to turn that game on over Miami, Florida. Like you're going to watch the primetime game, which is why I think a lot of times in these polls, those primetime games, you see the jumps with those teams because that's kind of in the spotlight what they're probably watching that week. And so they garner more votes compared to other teams that were previously ahead of them. Kind of like the Penn State. Penn State didn't play, so nobody watched them. Everybody watched Miami and Florida. So they thought, oh, Miami won again. Let's put them up there. And yeah,
Yep.
again, it doesn't matter. The only one that matters is the college football playoff poll, and the only one that matters out of all of those is the last one because there's so much shuffling between the
Yep.
time they do their first show. So yeah, I agree. AP poll, coaches poll, all that can take a hike because the coaches aren't watching those games either. Like they're focused on their team, so it's all based on hype and previous like success and logos. Honestly,
Well, I was gonna say, especially with Miami right now, because people are big time hyped on Miami this season.
yeah.
Uh, so I
They
mean
they
that's been
just
a
want
big
my
impact.
they just want Miami to be back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they beat a bad Notre Dame team. They just beat Florida by the exact same amount that pretty much the exact same amount LSU did. If LSU doesn't take a knee on the 2 yard line at the end of the game against Florida, it's a 27-10 game. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. Florida's definitely. I mean, Miami's definitely better. They are than last year. I think they're more complete with. their defense this year compared to last year because Cam Ward, it was the Cam Ward show last year, and
for sure.
they were just trying to outgun everybody,
Miami
and
also hasn't played a road game yet.
that's a great point too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is kind of crazy. Well, sounds good. Well, that's our hugs and hikes. So let's get jumping into some stuff. So let's get into some. Let's get the bad out of the way. Let's get into some Major League Baseball.
Ugh.
Oh,
So,
Much that banana ball is better than what we've been watching.
no
hey,
joke.
dude, for real, like it was good to just watching and just enjoy watching baseball because what we've been watching as fans of our team has been absolutely abysmal,
Yeah.
especially this
Yes.
past weekend, which the biggest series of the season, and you just go flop and you get swept.
Dude, it was a
While
playoff. It was a playoff.
while throwing your two studs.
Well, it's
Fr
like one
Framber
and a
and
half
Hunter
studs.
but Framber and Hunter both pitched, and
Framber's been absolutely horrendous
Should have
since
got
the
rid of
trade
him.
deadline.
Should have got
Like
rid of him.
it's horrible. Like I don't understand that dude. Like he's completely fallen off the map. Like it seems like he doesn't really care anymore. Like I posed a question in our chat the other day. It's like at what point would it take, if they get into the playoffs, like that he's not one of their big starters because I mean you can't
he'll
trust
have
him
to
for
be.
anything right now. But you can't
We,
trust him. Like I mean, when's the last time he's given up fewer than 3 runs? When's the
but
last time he's given up 3 runs?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's rough. I mean, I don't. I should never say this as a fan. I almost don't want to get in. Like,
Dude,
we're,
I'm
we're,
getting to that
we're-
point too, Leo.
no. But we talked about at the beginning of the season, like i- if they do get in, like, do you really think this roster is talented enough to win? Like win at
de
all? I don't.
definitely not in a three game, which it's a whole nother deal.
No.
I hate the 3 game series, but no, there's no way this team.
No.
Ah, and
No, and it's one of those things as well, right? If you can't win a series at home in the regular season to determine like you're like getting into the playoff and winning a division, like what do you think is going to happen? Even in a 7 game, shoot, they're just not built for any of it. And
No.
we kind of had those reservations at the beginning of the season where I just don't think the lineup's talented enough and the rotation is young and not very good. And with all the injuries that we've had, I mean, obviously it's been a record-setting season for injuries for the Astros. Um, but at this point, like going forward, do you have any sort of hope that they're going to turn it around the next 3 years? No. Tear this thing down. Sell Jordan. Get him out. He's been injury plagued his entire career. Get what you can for him. Like
do you
somebody,
have
some
do you have to hold him one more year? Like, because right now, if
no.
you sell him, you're not going to get much, right?
Why not?
After a year when he doesn't play,
Yeah, maybe. But
I
or
mean, I
at
think
you
least
know
at,
what
at least
his
hold him till the All-Star break next year, maybe.
yeah,
yeah,
but you
but
know what his
who's to say
production
that he'll
can
make
be.
it to the All-Star break
Yeah,
next year? Like
that's a good
that's the other
point.
thing. So
Yeah.
you hold him for another year and then he keeps getting hurt, then his value just keeps dropping. I mean, I feel like his
Again,
value is still high enough right now that there's still the opportunity to get a pretty good return on him.
and I don't know what Correa's contract looks like. Get like thanks for the ride for 3 months. Get him out.
Yeah.
Walker out.
No
Get
one's
what you
taking
can.
on Correa's contract.
Mm-mm.
I mean, he was hitting the ball
We're
really
stuck.
welcome. I mean, maybe,
Yeah, he's done fine. Quick thing, Brian. 7 of his last 8 starts back to Framber. He's given up at least 3 runs.
Yeah.
yeah, not
Seven of his
great.
last 8. But yeah, um, I don't know,
Fro-
guys. I mean,
Fromber's
I
gone
got a
anyway,
yeah, I got a firsthand account of it last night. By the second inning, we're down 7, and last home game in a playoff race, there was no air in that building. I mean, it
no,
was just like it was rough. So
and
I'm with y'all. Tear it down.
I mean Hunter Brown. Get what you can. Send him out.
The
As much
only
as I
bet
hate,
the part that sucks is then like I hate that Altuve is going to finish his career the same way he started it
I
Yeah.
mean,
because I really don't want to trade that. I would hate for him to play for somebody else.
but you said nobody's going to take on Correa's contract. I mean, Altuve's contract's not crazy expensive. But like, where's he gonna play?
It is,
You
it
gonna
is, it
DH
is
a 5-5 guy?
correct. It is crazy expensive for who be a 36-year-old second baseman
I was gonna say I
at
think
that
his
point.
salary is the same as Correa's right now
Yeah, it's
because
Is it?
he's making 35 million
30. Yeah,
still.
it's
Okay,
35.
then
Yeah,
nobody's taking him. Like it's
no,
just not.
and I mean I think he would. I don't think there's enough of a return like you said, and then also I mean I think he's just one of those guys that like he would just accept like we're just not gonna be very good. Like
Yeah,
I mean, all this negative, I actually did read an article where somebody made a legitimate argument that because of the injuries and how crazy this season is, that Joe Espada should get actual legitimate manager of the year consideration for even
I mean,
being in a chance to win his division with a week to go in the season. And
yeah,
at
with all
first
these
I was like,
injuries, yeah.
I read the headline, I was like, what are you talking about? And when he broke it down, I was like, well, there might actually be a case there.
yeah. But
Even though
again,
as doomsday as it feels, it's like, well, I maybe when you put it that way, it's not as bad as it seems.
well, let's go ahead and also trade off the medical staff then.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we've touched on that plenty because the Texans aren't looking much better on that end as well. The city of Houston is something's going on in the water
Rockets
or
either.
I
Not
was
oh
the
gonna
yeah,
say
medical
the
staff's fault,
Rockets.
but big injury
Van
today,
Vliet,
so
yeah.
yeah.
Which again, some of it are freak accidents, sure, like, but the timetables for some of these Tommy Johns coming back are kind of crazy. So I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I mean, you're looking at potentially Luis Garcia being the third guy for the Astros to have two Tommy Johns in 2 seasons. Like that's
Do
unheard
did
of.
did we ever get confirmation on that? Is it
I haven't heard, but I
they've
mean
been pretty
that.
tight-lipped, but
But
I'm sure
when
there's
you
a reason
hear
why.
forearm tightness or whatever it was, elbow discomfort, that's usually what that leads to. So
Yeah,
mm.
not good.
not at all.
But then in a nearby or not nearby division, but another AL division, the Detroit Tigers decide that they don't want to win the division anymore. So this kind of goes back to our argument that we made a couple weeks ago that nobody in baseball really wants to win this year. So
Were were y'all like privy to this? I did not. I just happened to see the stat that 10 days ago they were up 10 games.
Dude, but okay, so but that is also you have to give credit to the Guardians because they're
mhm.
playing out of their
Correct.
minds as
Yes.
well. But
Correct. No,
yes,
100%. Like
you got to take
this
care of
would be
business
a
as the Tigers.
this I mean, I'm probably again wrong because recency bias, but has there been that kind of a collapse at the end of a season like this? To go 10 games with 16 games to play, a 10-game lead and you lose the division, if that was to happen,
I think they're still a half game up.
One
they're
game.
still one game
One,
up. But so they would have had, you know, with 16 games to go, you had a 10-game lead. That would be a colossal collapse
yeah,
if they don't win that division.
So the Guardians are one game out of first place with a -9 run differential.
Stephen Voigt, dude, but done an amazing job as a manager there. I think he was manager of the year last year,
I think so.
at
Yeah.
least in the AL, yeah. But
Just crazy, man.
no, that's a colossal collapse. And same kind of thing in the AL East. Like nobody can make up their mind who wants to win that one either. Like the
yeah,
Yankees go on these runs, try to catch the Blue Jays, who Blue Jays would be the most surprising division champion of this season if they were to hold on to that one.
agreed.
They're holding on for sure for or so far. They clinched the playoff berth, so
Yeah,
they're in for sure.
not only division champ, they're if they hold whoever wins the AL East is probably going to be the number one seed. So
Hmm.
Blue Jays being number one seed in the AL was not on my bingo card coming into the season.
Yeah, it
No,
just depends on how the Mariners do the rest of the way. I mean, they're on an absolute tear right now, of course, which is what they like to do at the end of the season.
Well, they
and they
also
have
get a
So,
Colorado,
exactly they get a JUCO team next.
yeah.
but then they
Then they
end with
get
the
to go to the
Dodgers,
Dodgers. Yeah, I
who I
mean
don't know how they're playing going down the stretch, but I would
they have
assume
a
they haven't locked up the division yet.
is it a 3 game
No,
lead
not
though?
Three
3 game
games.
lead right now
So
with
my point is like that last game, which could be very, it could be a huge game. The Dodgers could throw nobody out there because it might not mean anything for them, and the last game of the season could come down to who wins the AL West. So that would be unfortunate for Astros fans if the Dodgers basically play a minor league team out there that last game and pretty much give a win to the Mariners. But
Yeah.
it is what
Well,
it is.
they got the Diamondbacks coming up, who are
Oh,
not a
that's
bad
another
team.
team.
So
I think they're one game out of the wild card, and they were major sellers at the deadline, and they're just playing screw it baseball right now. Like, hey, let's just see what happens.
yeah,
But
one game
see,
out, so they got everything to play for still.
this also goes back, and when you check the tape from previous episodes, like there were games back in May and June that were inexcusable losses for the Astros. And these
Oh,
are
we
the
talked
games
about it then. Yeah,
those were the games that that I was saying
The
it's going to
Rockies,
yeah, the Rockies, exactly, the A's. Like these are the games that we were talking about where you have leads, 5-run leads, and you blow it. Like those are the games where we're talking about that's could be the difference of winning the division and making the playoffs or not. Obviously,
correct?
you're not
Yeah,
playing well down the stretch, but it's a 162 game season, and those games against inferior teams, like getting blown out 12-0 against the Orioles at home. Like I was at that game. After that game, I was done with this team because
hmm
uh, there's just no heart. There's nothing like. Again, you said that the crowd was deflated. It's hard to get up when you're down 12-0. Like it's how are you supposed to get energy back into the crowd? Number one, number two. No offense, but I feel like Astros fans are kind of like Alabama fans over the last 15 years. We're a little spoiled. We've been a little spoiled, so we show it a little bit more, and we're just expecting to win. And when you don't, you're like the sky's falling. Well, this is actually what it's supposed to be like. Like it's not
yeah,
supposed to be easy. You're not supposed to just pencil yourself in for the ALCS. Like, it's just
yeah.
not how it works, and we're starting to see that now as some of these guys are moving on. We got very lucky when Springer left, when Correa left, like things worked out. But now you lose Tucker, you have all these injuries. We were pretty much playing with no outfield for 3/4 of the season, with Myers out, Cam Smith, a third baseman, playing right field, and Altuve in left. Like, what do you expect?
Yeah. And with a farm system that's in the
De-
dumps right now.
which is why we
So
just tear it down. Don't be caught in the middle. You're either really
that's
bad or
what it
really good.
that's what it feels like it's going to turn into though, because I feel like Jim Crane is I don't want to spend money, but I also don't want to lose. So he's a lot like the guy over in Arlington right now.
I was just gonna
And
say, yeah, Jadavian Clowney though, right?
yeah, he got arrested 2 days before he signed his deal, so it's a good start.
Mm. Did he go to Georgia?
No. Yeah. Oh man.
Sorry,
So I guess the big topic coming up then is who's going to win MVP of the AL, because you got Judge and Cal Riley just both playing super good right now. I mean,
dude,
I
you
feel
gotta go. You gotta go, Cal Raleigh.
yeah, that's what I was going to say. I mean, if you look at who's really made the biggest impact for a team to really push them to the next level, I mean, it's Cal Riley. I mean, I mean, I can see how writers are going to argue that just because Judge is Judge, but I feel like, the guy has to be able to. I mean, looking at true impact on your team to put you into playoff contention, I mean, Cal Riley has done things that catchers have never done.
Yeah,
So, I mean,
yeah,
it would be kind of crazy to think otherwise.
I agree. It's just it's funny to me because in every other sport, and I've talked about it in football and basketball, I think when the MVP conversation comes up, there's always recency, or not recency, but like they don't want to keep giving the same guy MVP.
yeah,
Like even though Lamar had his best statistical season ever, he doesn't win. Jokic has his best statistical season ever, doesn't win. Like those sports want to get new blood in it. I don't feel that in baseball. Like I feel like for some reason like that doesn't translate over. Like they're perfectly fine with giving Shohei another MVP this year. They're perfectly fine with giving Aaron Judge another MVP this year, even though it seems like those two guys have won the last five in a row, which they haven't, but it seems that way. And Judge has had a great year, and in my opinion, I think they're still going to give it to him. But I'm with y'all. I think Cal Raleigh should be the MVP, even though he doesn't hit the average like Judge. The home runs, the RBIs, playing catcher and
yeah.
playing catcher predominantly. Not that's not just he plays it half and half DH. He plays more games at catcher than DH. Um, and to your point of with the Mariners team that's trying to finally get over that hump and win the division and make some noise in the playoffs. Yeah, I would if I had a vote, I'd give it to Cal Raleigh. I think Aaron Judge is going to win it, even though I
Yeah,
don't think he probably
I
should.
I just pulled up their stats. I think the catcher being a full time catcher is a big deal. Just because that's a tough position to play day in and day out, and then go and hit every time you come up in the lineup. But I didn't know Aaron Judge was hitting 326. Like
Yeah,
that's very very good.
I mean, he was hitting
His
over
OPS
400 through the month of May or something. Like, it
his
his
was
OP
OPS is
ridiculous.
stupid.
his OPS is 1.123. That's I mean his WAR is at 9 compared to 6.9. Like I mean the stats back up Judge winning it again, but I think hopefully voters see that playing catcher that's a premium defensive position, in my opinion, in baseball, especially day in and day out for the middle grind of a season and to still hit 58 bombs and 121 RBIs. Oh, he also stolen 14 bases, in case you're wondering. Um,
Go look up
yeah.
Buster Posey's stats when he won NL MVP and compare him to
Oh,
Cal Raleigh's and go like, how is this guy not a runaway favorite to win the award?
Yeah.
absolutely.
Now Posey hit for a lot better average, but everything else, no.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's an interesting debate. I mean, Judge's numbers pop for sure. So if either one win it, it's deserving. If Cal Raleigh ends up winning it, though, Yankees fans are going to be moaning and groaning that Judge got another MVP stolen from him. So
Oh,
I'm
yeah. They'll
sure. I'm
find a way to
sure.
complain one way or another.
Yeah.
We'll see. So jumping over briefly into the NBA, uh, speaking of bad news with the Houston, like we talked about a minute ago, Houston injuries, Fred VanVleet tore his ACL, was it 3 weeks before the season starts?
Yeah,
So not a great start for Houston.
Was he like? Was
no.
he like bull riding or something? Like
I
what
didn't
was the
even
guy
read the
doing?
story, dude. I didn't even read the story. I don't want to read the story. I got the alert and I was like, we can't even start the season. Like all the hype with the Durant trade. I think we have a very good team. You know, yeah, we have a backup point guard in Reece Shepherd who is now all of a sudden thrust into the limelight here. But Van Vliet's he's a quality defender for only being 6 foot. He can shoot a little bit. Spacing was going to be important this year now with KD, and it just crumbled me. So that was me being selfish to put it in here, but I just wanted to sulk for a minute. Like I couldn't even get one game of this squad to see how the season could have been. They just ripped my heart out before the season even starts. So
Yep,
because I
that's
mean
how it
after I mean
goes.
it's a big drop off to the Holiday I think it's Aaron Holiday and
Hmm.
uh
Reed
and
Shepard.
and Reed Shepard, and that's a big drop off for nothing less than experience wise to be the start those two to be your 1-2 point guard combination after the year. Um, maybe Reed Shepard's height from college shows up and he makes a big jump. He's gonna have to. They're gonna ask a lot of the kid in year two, with Van Vliet being out now. But yeah, that was tough.
Yeah,
That's
Chris
all.
Paul
bad
That,
free
break.
that,
agent.
that
So
that's
yeah,
all. No, he went back to the Clippers.
Ah, never mind.
Yeah.
who'd you say
So
Harden?
now he said
Chris
Chris
Paul.
Paul.
Thought you were gonna try to
Reunion
get
tour.
Harden back over. Thought you were gonna let's just sign James Harden and Russell Westbrook, and we'll just run back the old Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yeah,
Oh
dude.
my God, I think Russ is a free agent.
Oh no,
I
dude.
I
Don't do
will,
it.
I will, I will, I will preemptively say that will be an affirmative hike if we sign Russell Westbrook. I will cut clip that now. I'm already giving the hike if we sign Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, that would be
What?
rough, dude.
According to this article, though, it says that barring a trade, Houston cannot fill their one open roster spot with a free agent because they are 1.25 million below the first apron.
So we can or we can't.
Cannot.
Can't,
Barring a trade, you can trade, but you can't sign a free agent to fill that spot
dude.
because you're already
All
below
the
the apron.
all the trades
Hmm.
and stuff we did already.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, our roster was set, and I was very pleased with the depth and everything. Aside
Yeah.
from having Clint Capella and Steven Adams, who both do the exact. Anyway, that's a whole. I didn't like the Capella deal, but I don't have to get off in the weeds on that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. Aaron Holiday, Reed Shepherd, it's your time to shine. So
Yep.
We'll find out in a hurry.
Yes, we will.
Well, let's jump into some football, starting
Okay.
with the NFL.
No.
So the biggest thing that we saw from the weekend was the amount of insane finishes and blocked field goals around the league. So the biggest one, obviously, the craziest one was the Rams go for a game-winning field goal, and the Eagles block the field goal and return it for a touchdown. 330-pound Jordan Davis takes it back for a touchdown. Then the Jets
He was
block
scooting,
a
by the
field.
way.
He was scooting, dude. He was
s-
moving.
super important too, guys, because with that return, it covered the spread.
If you had two and was it 3.5 or
It
two and
was
a half?
it was Eagles
Rams
three and a
plus three and a
half.
half. Yeah, Rams
Rams
plus 3.5. Oh no,
heart
Brian.
heartbreak
Yeah,
Bad beat
heartbreak
there, buddy.
central heartbreak central.
not
Mm.
ideal.
No, no.
So heartbreak there. And then if you also had the Bucks minus 6.5, uh,
You had
the
that
Jets
too.
blocked a field goal, took it back for a touchdown, and then the Bucks go down and kick a game-winning field goal. So instead of winning by 9, they won by 2. So
Mm.
yeah, some bad
But
beats there.
Baker though, back to back game winning drives, man. Bucks undefeated,
Back to back to back every week.
all
He's
three.
had all three. Yep.
I did not realize game one too.
Did you
Yep.
see? Did you see that catch? Was it Ibuka?
Probably he had a phenomenal game.
He plays for the Bucks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Dude, it was an unbelievable catch on the sideline. Yeah, I saw a clip
Yeah,
of it.
that dude's impressive. He's definitely stepped up immediately coming into the league. He's looked good so
Yeah,
far.
yeah.
The
So
god the goddamn Jets find a way to do it again though.
I know, dude, it's
It's
so
so
bad.
that's twice this year they've done this.
Dude, did you see oh man, who's their head coach?
Aaron Glenn absolutely
Aaron
lose
Glenn.
his mind on the sideline
Yes,
whenever
when they
whenever
returned the
when
field
they
goal,
returned it.
like yes, I was like, "Oh no, dude, you
I
haven't
mean,
been with the Jets long enough."
no, pivotal play. I understand why he's happy. People are like, "Oh, he's
Yeah.
celebrated like they won the game." In the moment, I get what he was doing, but oh man, he got trolled online so bad whenever the Jets just decided to jet.
Yeah, that's exactly what they do, man. It's just crazy. And dude, the Browns blocking that big field goal against the Packers and beating the Packers, that was wild too.
Shock of the
Like,
week,
yes,
absolute
dude.
shock of the week so
Like,
far. And I mean, Cleveland's a bad field goal away from being 2-1.
yeah,
Because I mean,
honestly.
they did everything but beat the Bengals on the scoreboard. They beat the Bengals in week one. They were the better
Yeah.
team that day.
Mm, it's just rough, man.
Joe Flacco at
So,
93 years old getting it done.
yep, finding a way to beat the Packers. So,
Couldn't get one single rushing yard though for my end of the betting to hit, but that's all right.
So what's that division looking like now? Obviously, the Bears won this week. The Vikings won again. How are the Lions? I know they dropped that week one game.
yeah, the Lions are 1-1, so
Yeah.
this would be a big one to determine where they're at. So I think
Same.
everybody. So the other two are 2-1, or no,
Yeah.
the Vikings are 1-2. The
Two and
Packers are
one,
two
No.
and
two and one.
one. Oh, so 2-1, 2-1, and then the Bears are 1-2, and then the Lions, depending on how tonight goes. So that's going to
Mm.
be a competitive division. I
Who'd the
mean,
Bears
well,
beat?
dude. Huh.
The they
Yeah,
beat the worst defense in the NFL
No, they're not.
by yeah, dude, they're worse
No,
than
they're
the
not.
Saints.
it's
No,
pretty
they're not.
close, man. Honestly,
Lucas, no. The only reason I will argue this point, go look, go look at what Russell Wilson did to the Cowboys defense, and
Yes,
then look at what Russell Wilson did yesterday.
and
dude.
week one.
And, yes,
Dude,
and week one.
the Seahawks could have won 60-3 against the Saints if they wanted to, bro. Like
Yeah,
they started running the ball in the second half. It was like 42-3 at half.
yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
I'll tell you this
It
though.
was bad.
Like Trevon Diggs, like if you want to give an extra hike, Trevon Diggs can take a hike and get out of Dallas as soon as possible, dude. Like but like he was already not a great cover corner, and now the injuries on top of it, like the dude, like last week, going back to what Will said about Russell Wilson going off, the Giants decided last week that they were going to target Malik Neighbors, who Trevon Diggs was covering, over their rookie cornerback, who was playing on the other side of the field. Like that's the point that Diggs is at right now, like getting absolutely torched. And he
Yeah,
comes in and says the defense has to play better. It's like, yeah, dude, like you've got to play better. Like if you look, I mean, I know I've said it before, but if you go back to the year when he had 11 interceptions, he also gave up the most yards of any cornerback that season.
I think you mentioned
Like,
that. Yeah,
but people don't talk about that because he had 11 interceptions. It's like, dude, like but then he still gets that big contract, and it's just absolutely just a waste of money. Like,
He got away with it because people said he gave up the yards because he was taking risks to try to make the picks. So the
yeah,
yards were
but now
skewed because when he missed on the risk, but it's just bad. It's just bad cornerback play.
that's what I say. What's the excuse now? Because he's not intercepting the ball or covering anybody. So,
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Neighbors had nine
yeah.
catches for a buck 67 with two tutties in that
Yeah.
game.
Now, I will say the last one he had, like that was a perfectly dropped ball by Russell Wilson. But overall, yeah, it was bad, 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 bad.
450 yards to Russell Wilson.
I
Yeah.
saw y'all
That is
freaking out.
abysmally bad.
I saw y'all freaking out, so I watched the last 3 minutes of that game, and it was wild.
Well, the game was
Just
over in 3 minutes.
what do you
Well,
mean?
dude, I mean, like it was already like the game was already by 3 minutes left in the game, like it was already a done for.
No,
Like,
No,
I'm talking about the
he talking
Cowboys
about the Giants.
Giants.
Yeah.
oh, the Cowboys and Giants, yes, yeah,
Yeah,
that game,
I didn't watch a second of the Bears
yeah,
one, but the last 30 minutes of the Cowboys Giants. That was last week. Sorry,
oh yeah,
but where
Yeah.
Russell Wilson dropped that dime, Malik Neighbors in the back of the end zone.
yeah.
And
But
he
dude, I
just
did,
chunked the ball 55 yards in the air.
yeah, he just throws it, yeah. That's all
Yeah,
you gotta do. But dude, like I did see one tweet today that made me laugh. It was like Matt Eberflus finally made the Bears look good, like, after being the head coach there, and they were
Is he the
horrible.
Cowboys DC?
Yes, remember we
I
talked about it when
forgot.
they got hired there.
No,
Yes,
I forgot. I probably roasted it because I Eberflus
you
stinks,
did.
but
Yeah, horrible,
um,
man.
can we take a second and talk about the hit in the Commanders game on the sideline? Did y'all
On
see
Dan
that?
Quinn.
Dan Quinn is a monster, dude.
Yeah, he is.
Dan Quinn is a monster. He took that hit head on, dude, and he was just like, whatever, bleeding
Yeah,
from his nose. That head whiplash back, he don't care.
dang, I
Did you
missed
see it?
that.
Oh, he
I
got lit
missed
up.
that.
the dude's a beast.
He's
Nice.
if that's not gonna fire you up, man.
Man, I sure would love to have him as a coach.
That's why I brought it up.
Oh no.
So bad, dude.
but
So
but
bad.
so again, not keeping up with the two. I'm just score checking and watching stuff on Twitter. But the NFC South. I mean, the Panthers blanked the Falcons 30-0. Is that are the Panthers going to be okay? Like, I mean,
No,
defensively they didn't give up a point. That's hard to do in the NFL.
Michael Penix Jr. played unbelievably horrible.
Oh, did he
Yep.
really?
Horrible.
Bad, 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 bad,
He
bad.
got benched for Kirk Cousins in the fourth quarter.
Mm,
That's how bad he
Not
was
great.
playing.
Not
yeah.
great.
So, yeah.
So that division's just
No,
god awful.
yeah, it's just that whole,
The
well,
Bucks should
the
roll to a
I'll say the
division title.
Bucks, yeah, the Bucks should run away
Yeah,
with it
yeah.
for
Okay.
sure.
I just saw that scoreline. I was like, geez, is that for real? But I guess if Penix played that bad, then that makes a lot more sense.
Hey, you know who's going to run away with the division though? Is the Daniel Jones led Indianapolis
And
Colts.
I knew exactly
Bro.
where you were going with
It's
this when you
3
said
and
it.
0 right now. Just dude, they're playing out of their minds right now.
Yeah, we've been giving crap to the Cowboys, but what's going on in Houston?
They have no offense.
I
So
know.
yeah,
That's what I mean.
Daniel Jones. No, yeah, guys, I don't know. Our offensive line plays obviously bad. CJ Stroud has no time, but I this is a very, very, very bad regression from his rookie year, and we thought he had the sophomore slump, but now we're in year three, and he just there's still some decision making issues that I don't really understand. And the defense is not as good as we hoped. They're not bad. I mean, they're not giving up a ton of points.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'll
but
say the
they're
defense has done their part. I think part of it is just they're on the field the entire game.
yeah, but I mean, we've put up 9, 19, and 10 on offense,
Mm.
and yeah, I don't know. I really don't. I mean, the running back situation is a little skew. We thought we had Nick Chubb and Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon might not play a snap this year, so that hurts obviously. But you got to be able to get past that. But I mean, the receivers aren't bad. Kirk was back this week, but I mean, Stroud just doesn't have time, and when he does have time, just makes some questionable decisions. It's a first year coordinator too, and it doesn't seem to be jiving all perfect just yet. But we're about out of time for just yet. I mean, we pretty much have to go 10-4 to have a chance to do anything the rest of the year, and we still have to play the Chiefs, the Ravens, and the Lions.
I think so.
Yeah, so it's a tough sledding ahead for us to go 10-4, and because 9-8's not winning this division, not with a resurgent Daniel Jones and Indy. I mean, and
But
even the Jaguars could do something.
So it's
hang on.
not they got to play the Bills.
Okay, that's right. It's the Bills.
Yeah.
Can we pump the brakes a little bit on the Daniel Jones thing though?
Yeah, we can. I mean,
Oh yeah.
If you remember last year, the Saints were on a record-setting pace in the first three games of the season with
Yeah.
Derek Carr,
yeah,
and people were like, "What is
unbelievable.
this offense?" Man, it can go south quick. So I
Yeah.
mean, sure he's playing out of his mind right now, but that can change next week.
Well, I
Um,
will tell you this though too. The difference between the Colts and the Saints is that
a
Jonathan
lot.
Taylor is playing
Yeah,
really well right now too.
yeah,
Got me 33 points in fantasy this week. So thank you, Jonathan.
yeah.
Um,
I just love the narrative about how all these guys get out of the hellhole, which is the New York Giant football team, and all of a sudden can just be decent to superstar players in the NFL.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, really. I mean, that's just crazy. Like, I thought Brian Dable was gonna kind of be like a quarterback type of guy, but yeah, like it seems like failed experiment after failed experiment. Like, I'm honestly surprised he's still in New York now. I'm glad he's still in New York, and I hope he stays forever. But but yeah, it is just funny though how going back to Russell Wilson after week one, it's like, oh, is it Jackson Dart time? And then after week two, it's like Russell Wilson's the guy. And then after week three, he's like, okay, is it Jackson Dart time? Like,
But do you think they'll go straight to Jackson Dart, or do you think Jameis will pop in there?
Straight to
Jameis will
dart.
never play a snap.
Is he just their hype man? They're just paying him to be their hype man.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
that's fair.
Yeah.
I immediately wanted Cincinnati to trade for Jameis Winston whenever Burrow went down,
Yeah.
just because the NFL is a better place when Jameis Winston is starting for an NFL team.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Not the actual play. It's just hilarious.
Yeah,
It's
he
so
is.
funny to watch the guy.
I
So
was gonna say
I
the
want.
play itself is very bad, but
Yeah, I just wanted him to be a starter. I was like, come on, man. I know you have Jake Browning and he's been in your system, but can we just play the Jameis card? It'd be awesome.
well, I will say too, he can't do worse than Spencer Rattler right now. So
Dude, Spencer Rattler though last week, I'm not even kidding. Like, so I follow a bunch of stuff out of Baton Rouge, and they cover the Saints. And Spencer Rattler's like PFF, like his Pro Football Focus grade last week was unbelievably high. I was like, there's no way, but he actually played a pretty decent game. He's just throwing to I don't even know the people who he's throwing to. The offensive line is
Chris,
garbage.
Chris Olave, that's the only player I know.
and
Well,
If he's
Rashid
even playing.
Shaheed.
no, the touchdown pass this week was
Oh,
against
they got
what
Brandon
was.
Cooks, remember?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
right?
right. Yeah, he threw a touchdown pass to let's see, I guess it's the tight end Jake Stoll.
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So yeah, and the defense
Oh
is god
man.
awful too.
Yes, it's
But
very bad. They are who
it's
we
just,
thought they were.
it's just a badly run organization, and how Mickey Loomis still has a job is wild to me.
Yeah. I don't know what they're trying to accomplish in New Orleans right now,
They just signed a
but
receiver that was on the IL.
no, they traded for him.
Oh, sorry, they traded for a receiver on the IL. So
Yeah, because why not?
yeah, just some more depth, dude.
He's gonna be sitting right next to old Michael. God, what's his
Thomas,
name? Yeah, Michael Thomas. Still waiting to come back from that toe injury.
it's crazy.
All right,
Just
let's get into some college football.
please, just an awfully run organization, dude.
Yeah, that's so bad. Oh man. Let's see. Y'all want to start in the weekday games?
Yeah, we'll start. I guess the shootout we had on Friday with Rutgers and Iowa. We all thought
Well, do y'all want to start with that one, or do y'all want to start with
Charlotte
oh
Rice.
Mike
So that's
Gundy down in Stillwater?
Oh God,
was that on Friday?
that
That
was
was
on Friday.
Friday.
I was thinking Charlotte Rice. That's the only game I remembered.
Yeah,
That was Thursday.
I'd already put the Oklahoma State game out of my mind because it's such a low point to hit.
Lost to
mm,
Tulsa 19-12,
dude.
and they
Did
scored
I read?
nine of their 12 points in the fourth quarter.
Did I read right? It was like the first time since like 1951
What's
that they
that?
had
Since
lost. They had lost to Tulsa.
I
that's
mean
probably
that
that's
probably
That
sounds
I mean
right.
that makes
Yeah,
sense, but
that
yeah.
tracks. That tracks.
yeah. It's. I mean, we could say all we want. I just this is. We'll get into some more fall from graces, but whenever Texas and Oklahoma left the Big 12, I'm pretty sure it was universally agreed that like Oklahoma State should be the team that could be that new kind of, hey, they
Yeah, just
might roll off four, five, six Big 12 titles in a 10-year span.
absolutely.
And it went so far the other way immediately to the
Yeah.
point that at no point in my life would I have ever thought Mike Gundy might not survive a season. Even after last week's or in the blowout of Oregon and everything, I'm like, they'll get to the end of the year. We'll do the old thanks for all you've done, and we're going to mutually agree to part ways. I don't know if it gets there. I really don't. Because like Oklahoma State's gonna have to go to boosters and get money and start looking for their guy. And if they wait till the very end, like they might lag behind. Like, I mean,
With all the carousel that's going to be happening,
correct.
because
It's gonna be a
there's
crazy
so many.
year. I I I, I mean, I still don't know if they fire him. Maybe he resigns, or I don't know how this goes down. But I'd be shocked if he. I would be shocked that he wouldn't make a season, but I'd be even more shocked in the landscape that I think this coaching carousel is going to be if Oklahoma State doesn't find a way to make this happen during the season and just
And
just,
what
just rip
and
the
what's
Band-Aid off.
crazy, what's crazy is on top of that is that Mike Gundy. Now this is him talking. He's already committed to coaching for Oklahoma State past this season. Like they
I
asked him
mean,
about going forward, and he's like 100% will be here next year. Which I guess you can't really say
yeah,
otherwise.
that's coach
But
speak.
yeah, but I mean they've lost 11 of their last 12 games, and they've lost 11 straight to FBS opponents. So I mean it's rough.
Yeah, not a
Yeah,
good look. I mean,
and
Listen,
like we talked about, the coaching carousel's already kicking off. You got Virginia Tech open, you got UCLA open. Might not be too much longer. You have Arkansas open, Florida open. Like there's going to be some big schools coming up, and
I mean
I mean,
Wisconsin,
oh yeah, Wisconsin.
was
Luke
for
Um,
Fickle's
sure.
cooked, cooked.
Wisconsin is so bad, man. So bad.
so you might be having all these conversations about like out of all those schools, like out of all of them, which one is the most appealing? You got to think SEC probably.
Yeah,
So you have two
Florida,
there.
Florida for sure. But
Is it Florida?
yeah,
Man, I don't know.
out of all the schools we just named, I think so. But
Probably yeah, but who knows what else is going to be there by the end of the season either, right? Um, I mean, Illinois might have an opening after what happened this weekend if they, especially with their quarterback coming back, and it was a big year for them. I mean, it's still early, but
Hmm.
already we're seeing the coaching carousel kind of start spinning, and we're 3 weeks into the season, and so who knows what will happen by the end. But there's already some big schools that are probably going to have some availability soon, so there's going to be some movement. And Oklahoma State is kind of down at the bottom of that list when you're talking UCLA. I mean, even Virginia Tech.
Hmm.
See, but the argument I would be, I guess, for Oklahoma State is that even though they have fallen because of what the Big 12 landscape is, you could roll right in there and very quickly start competing for Big 12 championships.
But can
Hmm.
you? Can you? Now that we're talking
I
about Texas Tech spending the money that they are, because we know that Oklahoma State's not spending money. That's the
that's
big
yeah,
ticket. You have to. If you're a head coach and you're going into a situation, you got to kind of survey the whole program. And it's already been said multiple times publicly that Mike Gundy's gone on record to be like, look, we got to figure out ways. They were going to do codes on their helmets to raise
that's
money.
true.
And
That is
so,
true.
like, UCLA will probably spend some money, even though athletically, previously they were trying to cut baseball and all this stuff. So maybe not them, but Virginia Tech absolutely is going to spend money. Arkansas, Florida, they're spending money. But Oklahoma State, I, I don't know. I wouldn't
Yeah,
want to go into that situation, especially when you have Texas Tech doing what they're doing.
see,
You
but
have
yeah, but they're really only competing with the Texas schools on the money side because everybody else in the Big 12 can't touch the Texas schools either.
No.
yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what Utah is bringing in. I mean, Arizona State. I don't know what they're gonna. I mean, in previous years, they've Herm Edwards was there. Obviously, all that stuff went down, but
I, I
so,
I would think Oklahoma State could raise the funds to compete monetarily with those kind of schools, but the Texas schools, no.
not a chance.
Yeah,
But then again, you also have. I mean, Kansas is up and up on the up and up right now. You have Kansas State, who obviously suck, which might be an opening as well.
yeah.
Um, so I don't know. You're probably right though. Based on the Big 12 as a whole, they probably can compete in the NIL world. But you also have to think where they're located. You're competing with Oklahoma for the same recruits. You're competing with Texas. You're
Yep.
competing with just the battlegrounds for these recruits where you're located is going to be tough as well, unless you throw out
That's a,
cash like Texas
it's a,
Tech has.
it's a fair point. It's a very fair point.
I don't
But
know,
right now the buyout for Gundy is 15 million.
which
So
is way higher than I thought it was going to be.
yeah. Well, and
Really?
that's with the pay cut that he just took to stay there as the head
Yeah,
coach.
Wow.
yeah. There you go, right there. That should tell you all that you need to know. Is the head coach is having to take a pay cut to get players to come to their school.
Yeah, shouldn't be that way, but
Yeah.
also if you go 3-9, then
Well, also fair.
would you make that? So yeah, Oklahoma State's in a tailspin. And then,
Yeah.
as expected, an absolute shootout between Rutgers and Iowa on Friday night.
Okay. I am so glad sports betting is not allowed in Texas because I would
Yeah,
have hammered that under in a second, and that under was done after the first quarter.
yeah, 28 points after
God,
the first quarter. It's
I mean
crazy.
the kickoff got taken back for a touchdown, the opening
Yep.
kickoff.
But didn't like the third quarter do nothing, and all of a sudden the under was back in play, and it was like, everybody, hold on, it's
Yeah,
it's
it was.
actually not
Yeah,
dead yet.
yeah, it
And
was.
then
Yeah,
of course, then the fourth quarter they blew through it, but
yeah.
did have a brief moment where it was trying to make a comeback.
But what a great
Yeah,
game on Friday.
I mean, I guess great football, not really great
Well,
score, competitive game, not great
yes,
football.
uh,
If that made sense.
that makes perfect sense. That's exactly what it was. Um,
Yeah.
I just hope we get
And
more of those on the weekdays.
what's crazy too, like Iowa only had 300, well, I guess 340 yards. They had 160 on the ground. Only 108. The quarterback only threw 18 times at 186 yards.
Yeah, and
So
the Rutgers quarterback threw it 40 times for 330. He was just airing it out.
yeah, yeah, just sailing. Yeah,
Like that was the playbook was four goes.
yep. Just
It
go
was
get it.
yeah,
I the crazy part to me is like not to get too off of where we're at right now, but did y'all know that Gronowski was Miami's first choice in the transfer portal?
before Beck.
Well, Beck
Wow.
wasn't
Really?
available. Gronowski
Yeah,
was their Gronowski was the guy they were going after hard, but he wanted to
really.
stay up in the Midwest area, so he went to Iowa. Could you
Hmm.
imagine the
Where was he at
different
before?
South Dakota
South
State
Dakota. South
Oh,
Dakota
or
State.
South Dakota, one of them, either South Dakota, South Dakota State, but yeah, he was Miami was going after him hard, and then he chose Iowa, and Beck fell to him. Think about the difference that could have been. But anyway,
Yeah, and we'll touch on Beck here in a little bit too, um, whenever we cover the Florida Miami game. But um,
well, let's jump
yeah,
to the 11 a.m. game or 10 a.m. game in local time or Utah time, where Texas Tech went in and just absolutely just laid the smackdown on Utah. So I'm gonna say this, man. I think Texas Tech is potentially a top 10 team right now. Like this is the best defense that I've ever seen from them, like ever. I mean, going back to as far as you want to go. I mean, their offense is good. They brought in a backup quarterback who I think Lucas, you said on Saturday, he looked better than Morton did. I
yeah.
mean, like once he got comfortable, started slinging the ball. I mean, he was making unbelievable throws. I mean, Texas Tech did whatever they wanted to in that game. Like, I mean, it was just from
But
beginning to
no,
end.
no. Let's so I mean, at halftime it's a 10-3 game.
True, yeah, yeah.
Going into the
Well, the
fourth
fourth
quarter,
quarter, I should say,
fourth,
the fourth quarter, yeah,
yes, and by that point, Utah's defense has been on the field for the entire game. They were gassed by the end of it. And I
yeah,
think that's the big difference. I think the biggest surprise, in my opinion, like everybody talks about Texas Tech's offense, oh, how it's high flying, high powered, score a lot. Dude, their defense is what surprised me.
yeah.
Their defense, again, I didn't think they would have much success at all against their offensive line, and they held their own
manhandled
just,
him.
yeah,
Yeah,
they held their own just fine. But Utah's defense was on the field the whole game. It seemed like they were gassed by the end of it, and by the fourth quarter, I mean, Tech put up some late scores to make it a bigger margin than it was. But I mean, that was a defensive battle for three quarters. Um, and again, I thought Utah's rushing offense would have been better against
Well,
that
that's what I was gonna
defense.
say. Like the biggest surprise for me was going to Texas Tech's defense was like, man, Devin Dampier, like he just looked lost.
Yep.
Like he didn't have a clue where people were at. Like he was running for his life. I
Yeah.
mean, kind of going back, like I know you said it last week, Utah had those two top prospect offensive linemen, and Texas Tech's defense was giving them fits the whole day.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was pretty crazy. So,
Yeah, that was the biggest surprise for me was Tech's defense, and obviously, I'm sure all the Tech fans on TikTok had a true freshman quarterback making his first, taking his first snaps on the road at Utah and succeeding was on their bingo card with how they would route Utah. I'm sure that's what they thought too.
yeah, 13 for 16 for 170 yards and two touchdowns.
Yeah, he looked like the best. He looked like the best true freshman quarterback in the country, barring the kid from Cal. That kid from Cal's legit, but
except for Saturday,
well, yeah, but
San Diego State blanked them.
Yeah,
oh,
that was
did
rough.
they really?
Yeah, blew him out.
That must have been late. I must have been asleep.
I think they blanked them like 30-0,
Oh God.
34 to nothing. Yeah.
34-0.
Oof.
Yeah,
That's not a good look.
yeah. No, 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 no.
All right, so we have a new winner for the best true freshman quarterback.
Well, let's go to the other 11 a.m. game where Clemson is now in full spiral mode. So I think it's kind of funny that Dabo made a comment this week that if Clemson's tired of winning, then I'll just go. Well, it might be time to go. It's, I
Yeah,
I,
mean,
man.
I
just like manhandled by Syracuse.
Okay,
Megachurch
I think
Dabo might be done.
but
Mega church.
did I text y'all earlier this week where I was like, this is turning into like the Jimbo Fisher thing at FSU?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like this, to me, it's a carbon copy. Like he wins titles and then he's starting to kind of fade out as far as he's falling behind in philosophy and how he runs a team, but he's not that far removed from a title where a team's still gonna pay him and give him a chance. I think that like for Dabo to capitalize monetarily, get out right now.
yep,
But see, nobody, everybody's going to look at Texas A&M and the contract they gave to Dabo. That's never happening again.
Yeah, well, they don't have to give him the contract, but someone's still gonna pay Dabo because he did win a title 7 years ago, and they still made a playoff last year. But like A&M in hindsight now, to what you're saying, that should be the carbon footprint of do not make this mistake. Somebody
hmm
will do it. There's an AD out there that's going to do it.
Not that big of a contract, no shot.
No, but someone's going to give Dabo a 5 year, $50 million contract, 10 million a year.
Florida,
That's exactly who I'm talking about.
yeah,
yeah,
So I mean, they're not going to go full 10 year, 95 million fully guaranteed, but someone will give him a 5 year 50.
yeah,
He's
I
won
could
two
see that.
national titles. He's 55 years old. I mean, it is Jimbo Fisher 2.0, to a point where he is like it's a perfect time to mutually part ways and try to do something different. Now, can he rejuvenate a new team or will he have the exact same Jimbo complete fallout? We'll have to see, but
Because I mean, obviously, this is probably a redundant statement and probably obvious, but we obviously knew what Clemson had coming back this year. They have NFL talent, but that team does not look ready to go. Like it
no,
seems like they do not want to play for that coach. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes at all, but from the outside looking in, like those guys are not getting up and ready to play. Um,
no.
it was embarrassing. I
You, your quarterback throws for 363 yards. He attempts 60 passes. Your running back rushes for 130, and you put up 21 points.
yeah,
yeah, oof,
That's crazy.
yeah.
Like those stats indicate 35, 42 easy, and
yep,
they
But
put up
but
21 points.
I will go back. I will go back and say, and again, these are the little details where coaching matters, right? If you're putting up those numbers and not getting points out of it, there has to be some sort of uh, lack of concentration from players in certain situations. We can go back to the Georgia Tech game, and there's a 16-point swing in there where Klubnik fumbles the ball in their own territory to set up a short touchdown for Georgia Tech. Um, Klubnik throws a pick at the end zone and they miss a field goal. I mean, that's right there. That's a huge swing of points. And if they do the right things, if they play a sound game, a error-free game, they beat Georgia Tech by 14 points, but they don't. And
But
the same thing going on
yeah,
against Syracuse, and that comes down to coaching at this point.
yeah. I mean, but in the Georgia Tech game, they were headed towards the exact same game they had against Syracuse because they were about to punt it. They had a 3rd and 22. They were about to punt the ball away. Georgia Tech had all the momentum. Georgia Tech at that point could have gone up by 3 scores. 3rd and 22, they happened to pick it up, and that's when the momentum flipped in that game.
Yeah,
If they punt that they did a draw play. Like they were essentially punting. Georgia Tech goes down and takes a 3 score lead. The momentum's solely theirs. It might be a blowout there too, but that third and
yeah,
22 flipped that game on its head. So yeah, I don't know what's going on. To your point, the NFL talent seemed to be there. We talked a lot about it last week. He's not developing these guys at all. I don't know what happens. I don't know where they go. Um, and games that we all thought should be very easy wins now, even the rest of the way. Like, does this team go 6-6? I don't even know. I mean, the talent's still there. I mean, they could go 9-3. The talent is there. I
yeah.
don't, but the way they're playing, to your point, they don't seem to be ready. They don't want to be there. Like, I don't see it happening.
And I don't think that's going to happen just because of the talent that Clemson has and how like veteran they are. But this is the time of the year where you have to kind of keep an eye out for kids that are going to be like, you know what, we've already played 3 games. This is where I redshirt and I sit out.
I
And
was
you're
just
going to
about to say that same thing. Is yeah, you
and
see those kids that decide like it's not worth it. I'm just gonna sit out the rest of the year and I'll transfer out.
I'm not going to burn one of my ears, and you're going to probably see that happen at Florida if they lose another game. If they drop this one to Texas, like they're done. And there's a lot
Yeah,
Well,
of really good talent on
they
that
already
team.
have to this week because it's you can only play 4 games, and both Clemson and Florida have played 4 games, so they have to make that decision this week.
yeah,
Nah,
they played four.
they
Played
played
four.
4.
Yeah,
They're both 1-3.
Is it already 4? Jesus, it is.
Yeah,
I thought
they're
we were
both
week
one
3,
and three,
brother.
so we're already at game 4. So this
Yeah,
week, those kids are making those decisions of like
yeah,
redshirting or not.
yeah.
and
And
I'll
that's
tell
Oh
you
going to be
this:
a
yeah,
if
big teller.
Clemson going into North Carolina, like
Oh, dude, if they lose that game,
if they lose in North Carolina, then yeah, dude, it might be over. So
yeah,
yeah. I mean, we're talking about Clemson. I mean, quick shout out to Fran Brown and what he's doing at Syracuse. I
yeah,
yeah.
mean, very, very, very unfortunate. The quarterback goes
Toward,
down out for the season
yeah,
now, so that's super unfortunate. 'Cause it looked like they had a lot to play for in front of them, and that loss or the Tennessee's win, the loss of Tennessee doesn't look all that bad. If
no,
they were to keep this going, but when your starting quarterback goes down, that's pretty unfortunate moving forward.
yeah,
But
it's
yeah,
rough.
that's tough.
It's gonna be a
Those
tough
wind
run. We'll
sprints.
see.
It was those wind sprints after the game.
That's
could
right.
have been, could have been.
Maybe Dabo should put that one in his book.
It worked. It worked
Yeah.
worked to a T. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, at this point, try anything.
Yeah.
Well, let's move
Mega
to the
church.
2:30 slate. So I had a slew of games here, so we can start off. Let's start with Miami and Florida. So kind of like Lucas topped off earlier, it's a close one for a while, 13-7 going into the fourth quarter. Uh, and then Miami just kind of took over from there and just kind of made it bigger. But yeah, I mean, kind of going to what we were talking about earlier. For a while there, Florida was right there in the game, had opportunities, but I mean, DJ Lagway, I mean, he's
Stinks. That's all
12
I'll
for
Yeah.
say. He
23 for
stinks.
61
Stinks.
yards.
Yeah. He's not a good quarterback. And I mean, we saw that last week against LSU, throwing 5 picks.
I mean, they had
Um,
141 yards on offense.
yeah. I mean, I figured they would at least move the ball a little bit, but they couldn't even do that. We all knew Florida's defense was legit. They were very good against Miami as well.
Absolutely.
Um, again, I didn't get to watch a ton of that game because I was watching the barn burner of LSU at Southeast against Southeastern Louisiana. So, um, but yeah, it's I don't know. Florida's the Billy show's probably done. It has to be at this point.
Well, I
I
heard a
Um,
mean,
rumor
it's
that apparently Lagway's also hurt now too. So
so he
I
he
wonder.
came into the season, but he came into the season. He didn't participate in much of fall camp because he had an ankle injury coming in.
Yeah.
But still, like, come on, like, and if that's the case, and that's on Billy. If he's that much of a detriment to the team, then you got to go with
don't
your
play
backup.
him.
Yeah, you got to go with your
Don't
backup.
play him.
Yeah, because he's doing a whole lot of nothing right now. I mean,
Yeah,
like he's hurting you a lot more than he's helping.
absolutely.
I mean, he's thrown 6 interceptions in the last 2 games. Now,
Yeah,
5 of them were in one game, but still, like it's not
for
great.
sure, for sure.
So they have it jump Miami to number 2 in the nation. So, which
Nah,
again, like kind of like going based off what we talked about earlier, it's a hype pick right now. It's just
Yeah.
wanting Miami to be relevant.
They are good. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Miami is
Yeah.
good. They are talented. I mean, defense played well, even though we just talked about what we think about Florida's offense. But Miami's good. I'd like to see him. I'm excited to see him go on the road at Florida State next week. That's going to be a very good game, I think.
Hmm.
But um, yeah, they're good, especially now. I mean, they've been Florida State probably. class of the ACC, slide in a Georgia Tech in there too. But
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, Miami's got everything in front of them in that conference. So good on them. Good on Cristobal. Just don't fumble it. You got a history of kind of tripping over your feet at times. So you got to get past that.
Man, this has got to be the most hyped Miami Florida State game in how long?
A
I
Yeah,
mean,
while.
like,
wow.
when's the last time that both of them were like legitimately good? Like, it's got to be mid 2000s, early 2000s.
To both be top 10. Yeah, it's probably been a while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
be crazy. So, and then our next one we can go to Indiana and Illinois, who we all picked Illinois. Did we all pick Illinois, I think?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Indiana just absolutely demolished 63-10, like just from the
Um,
word go.
Fun fact, you mentioned when was the last time Miami and Florida State were ranked in the top 10 when they played. Y'all have any guesses on the last time Illinois and Indiana were even ranked when they played each other? What the year was?
It was in 1947.
Dude, you're pretty close. It's 1950 on the dot.
Wow.
That's
Which,
crazy, man.
which, based on the score line, Illinois probably shouldn't have been ranked because they
No.
got absolutely boat raced. But
I still
are
think
we
they should. I
buyers?
mean, Illinois is not. I mean, they're obviously not the number 9 team, but I'm not going to sit here and say they're not. They're still not a top 25 team. I think they are. I mean,
Dude,
it was bad. Maybe or maybe Indiana's a little better than last year. I mean, and Signetti also was like, we're about to make a statement. Like we're going to go out there and try to shut everybody up. And
but a
he could have took his he could have
53
took
point win, dude.
he could have took his foot off the gas if he wanted. He did not. He was hammered down. Let's shut everybody up. Let's beat a ranked team.
But
So
dude, but dude,
I fall somewhere in the middle. I fall somewhere in the middle.
but dude, that score line happens in
It's bad.
like
It's bad.
like Vanderbilt beating the brakes off of South Alabama. Like you see
Or
that.
or Oregon beating Oklahoma State.
Yes, that's a bad football team. Yes,
It's
but
bad.
dude, like a top 25 team doesn't lose by 53 points.
I mean, and that's kind of what's crazy is that Brett Bielema, like his team is always like good defense and a good run game. They had 2 yards rushing on Saturday. Their leading rusher had 5 rushes for 18 yards.
Yeah, I had him over
So,
because Indiana came into that game as one of the worst rush defenses so far. Like they did not have a good rush defense.
yeah, I mean, if you
Uh,
include Altmaier's sacks, I mean, they had 20 rushes total. So, I mean, I'm sure it was probably closer to 15,
yeah,
but still, like to only run, which I guess when you're down the entire game,
you're not going to run the ball.
that's going to happen. Yeah, you're going to be throwing a lot. But I mean, they only threw the ball 25 times, so
Yeah, I was gonna say they didn't even throw that much.
Just
Yeah,
domination. So are we
time of
buyers in
possession was.
Indiana?
I don't know if I'm as much of a buyer on Indiana as much as I am a seller on Illinois. Like, I
Mm.
I
mean, that,
I think with that win, I mean, yeah, I think Indiana can find themselves in the playoff again. If you go look at the schedule, they only have 2 games left that are difficult.
yeah, Oregon
Yeah.
and Penn State.
So, I mean, every other, I mean, yeah, I mean, at Iowa, they should be fine. Purdue, Wisconsin, yikes. UCLA, yikes. Maryland at Maryland against Michigan, yeah. I mean, even if they lose both of those, they're 10-2 again.
Is Maryland a sneaky
I
4-0 team right now?
actually yes,
That's what I, yeah.
yes, yeah. They are a sneaky 4-0, but
Yeah, but who have they played?
not a soul,
I mean, they
not
played
a
a
single
very
soul.
bad. They've beaten Florida Atlantic, Northern Illinois, Towson, and a very bad Wisconsin team.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, like we'll find out more about them in 2 weeks when they play Washington to see like if they're a
Washington's
decent team.
defense stinks.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying Washington's good,
But yeah,
but that'll be the best quality team that they've played to this point.
agreed. Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. I guess I fall somewhere in the middle on both Illinois and Indiana. I don't think Illinois is as bad as that showed, but I'm not going to sit here and say all of a sudden Indiana just skyvaults up to the top of the Big Ten. I think they're probably 4 or 5. You got the big three, and then Michigan, Indiana. You can flip flop them 4 or 5.
Yeah.
They don't play. I wish they
No,
played.
No, they don't
no.
play.
Mm,
Yeah, because that would be a telltale for both of them to see, where they rank it as far as, like you said, 4 or 5, where they're at.
yeah.
But oh, and then Michigan, they go get a big win in Nebraska, uh, over Matt Rules and Patrick Mahomes, getting that big 30-27 win with only 105 yards passing from Bryce Underwood,
I was just
but
gonna say how much.
290 yards on the ground.
Yeah, but wasn't it like 275-yard touchdown runs? Like it was just the dude just broke 2 long runs. A
Yeah.
hundred, like obviously you still have to count that towards the yardage. Like you can't take that away. But how much of that is like a blown assignment on Nebraska's part? Because
Oh, for sure.
I feel like Nebraska shot themselves in the foot a lot in this game. Like there were opportunities to win this game, and
Oh,
yeah,
they had a lot of opportunities, yeah, and they just
yeah,
couldn't capitalize on what they had. So
And Raiola didn't play bad.
no,
no, he didn't.
I agree.
I'll give Michigan credit. I, I, I said they're not all that great. Still don't know if they are all that great, but it's an impressive win. I was pretty high on Nebraska, so that Michigan might just need to keep Biff Poggi and not let Sharon Moore back.
Yeah, yeah.
For sure.
Because I
I'll
know they
I'll
were all
give
after the game. They were all like, "Oh, we did this for Sharon. We can't wait to have Coach back." I'm like, do you really want that? I don't know. Like, just
yeah.
keep riding it here with Biff. He seems to be doing a little bit better coaching y'all than Sharon Moore does.
Like Michigan had rushing touchdowns of 54 yards, 75 yards, and 37 yards.
Yeah, Bryce had a
Bryce
long
Underwood,
scamper in
yeah,
there.
he had that 37-yard rushing touchdown. But
But on the
again,
other side, Nebraska also had that 52-yard Hail Mary right at the end of the half that
that's a very good
tied the
point.
game. So you kind of look at
Also,
it
I
from
just
both
said they should
sides.
keep Biff Poggi. The only reason they had that was because he made some terrible coaching decisions there. So maybe not.
Yeah,
So yeah, but big win for Michigan. Hurts a little
Yeah,
bit for my dark horse, or for y'all's dark horse in Nebraska for the
that's not
playoff
mine.
race. So
that's
for
that's me.
Will's, for
That's
half
me.
of mine to
My,
come in and
mine's my dark horse is 4-0, boys.
who was yours?
USC.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
Still not
They
sold.
struggled with
Still not sold.
they
Still not sold.
I'll say they struggled with Michigan State for a little bit there, so
Yeah, this is a good
kind of
Michigan
a
State
tough
team,
win.
dude.
Okay. Oh man. And then the other big 2:30 game was Oklahoma sneaking out a one touchdown win against Auburn. Um I know that we kind of
Man,
talked about over
Mm,
the weekend some questionable calls
mm,
that kind of turned the tide on a lot of that game,
mm.
but
that
yeah, it was
that
kind of a
like
crazy game. That no
like when
call on the pass interference is just egregious, dude. Like,
that was bad. That's yeah. He was literally hanging on the guy before the ball's
and the
even in the
back judge is
shot.
not even looking at him. It's literally right in front of you, and he's looking away from the play. Like,
So that's a huge call because I mean I don't know what down that was, but I mean obviously it moves the sticks 15 yards, but you have that, and then that fumble return for a touchdown. Man, I, I I guess it's subjective, and they ruled that it was an incomplete pass, but later on in the game, there Oklahoma threw a deep ball on the sideline, and the dude's juggling the ball and goes out of bounds, and the ball falls on the ground. They called it complete. They reversed that call. So I just again, I think I've had this conversation before on this podcast. I still don't know what a catch is, man. Like you go back to the Clemson game with Barry and Brown in the corner with LSU. They called him down at the 1 yard line, and then the replay shows that he crosses the plane, has possession of the ball. They call it incomplete. It's almost the exact same carbon copy of what happened against OU, and they called it a complete pass. They reversed the call. I don't know. At this point,
And then we haven't even mentioned the
yeah,
little schoolyard BS where they're hanging out on the sideline. And I mean, you would think you got 11 defenders, you're only covering 10 guys. Maybe somebody should realize somebody's probably open, but by rule, and SEC even came out and said it should have been it should have been a penalty. It should have been 15 yards, and instead it's a
yep,
touchdown. So
yeah,
flip the game. You can say Auburn got screwed. I mean, Jackson Arnold also got sacked 10 times.
dude,
Uh,
Yeah,
can't really make an excuse
crazy,
for that. That's
no, for
crazy.
tough.
sure.
And if he plays, he didn't play all that great either, just in general. But I mean, if they're getting at you 10 times, that's tough. It's a little bit of rough offensive line play. Um, but yeah, I mean, I think Auburn probably played better. And man, Jackson Arnold just got to throw the ball to Cam Coleman. Like, what is he like? That dude.
Yeah, he's a
Like, I
monster.
I text y'all. I really that's now that I'm getting to watch him play. I really wish he was wearing maroon because he was committed to A&M for a long time. But that dude can play some wide receiver and just get the ball up. He'll go get it.
Yeah, I mean Arnold finished with 220 yards passing. He was 21 for 32. It's not an awful stat line. And I mean it's
It,
pretty
it,
similar to Mateer's. It's pretty similar to Mateer's line.
yeah, Material didn't play all that great either, but it was the thing with Arnold was it was what he wasn't throwing. So he was making completions on like underneath routes, but he had a guy open. He wasn't seeing the read, like he was making the wrong read. So his
And
Right.
completions looked good, but it
he was
wasn't the
also
one.
yeah, and you say he gets sacked 10 times. I think some of those were on him too. He was
I
kind of
agree with that.
standing flat-footed in the pocket where he
Yeah,
wasn't moving up in the pocket, moving
yeah.
out. Like he was a
Well,
statue.
you're asking your lineman to hold for 5 6 seconds when get the
Yeah,
ball out.
yeah. So that's part of it too. So that absolutely is on Arnold. But I mean, Mateer had the one touchdown pass that little controversial.
Yeah,
Um, and he,
he had the
I
pack,
mean,
and then he had the run, but.
but I feel like overall, I feel like Auburn bottled him up pretty good.
No, I think
He
for
didn't,
the over the course of 60 minutes, I think Auburn played the better game.
yeah.
Just got put in some unfortunate situations.
And some of the luck went the other way with the calls.
I'd argue almost all the luck went the other way. I mean,
Yeah,
Oklahoma
yeah,
definitely seemed to like they got the benefit of every single one of those.
yeah,
Yep, it was a good one. But
Yeah,
yeah, that was
yeah.
where the majority of the good games were, is all in the 2:30 slate. I don't
yeah.
think there's really any good evening games, were there?
Was the Florida Miami game at night?
Yeah, it was that night, but
Yeah,
Oh, was it? Oh, okay.
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, yeah,
And the
there wasn't
Illinois Indiana.
like there wasn't the like well, there wasn't the pop of last week, of course, where like every game was just coming down to the wire, but there was a lot more.
Yeah.
There was some statement wins and some teams trying to take that next step of showing who they are and some teams also showing who they're not. Um,
Yeah,
you know, Arkansas Arkansas Memphis was a great
Oh,
game, and now Memphis finds himself maybe in the driver's seat at the Group of Five. I mean, every week we're crowning a new Group of Five team, but I
yeah.
mean,
Tulane got bounced.
I'll say Tulane
yeah,
got blown out. Yeah.
and does that say in that game is that more about Ole Miss? Is that more about Tulane? I mean. We're talking about backups. Trinidad Chambliss, anybody? Anybody heard of that cat?
Oh,
And
Ferris
now,
State.
yeah, and now Austin Simmons did not look good. If he's healthy, what does Lane do this
Oh,
weekend?
oh, dude.
Chambliss, right?
Chambliss is starting against LSU. But
Has to.
the one caveat I'll say about that, and again, we'll touch on it a little bit. Chambliss came from a Division II school, and Tulane's defense, sure, it's probably pretty good for a Group of Five defense, but this week, Chambliss, if he starts, now that there's film on him as well, like he's going to see looks from LSU that he's never seen in his entire life.
But he also played the second half of that Arkansas game where he played really well.
No film. Like there's nothing on
True.
that
That's
guy.
true.
There's
That's true.
there's not, and he rushed for like 120 yards. It's
That's
almost
true.
like the Marcel Reed effect against A&M. LSU and A&M
Yeah,
last year. Like
that's
there's just
true.
nothing on him. They probably didn't prep for him, and he just went off.
Now
Um,
you have a team getting a full week of prep and the best defense he's faced easily.
in his entire life, like
Yeah,
he's never had like a Whit Weeks and a freaking Harold Perkins
true.
breathing down his neck. Which again, we'll see what happens in the game. But uh, my biggest question was Ole Miss's defense, and they stood up against was it Ratzliff
Yeah, R-
or whatever his
Retzloff, but
Retzloff, whatever
yeah,
his name is.
but
They did well against that, but they also gave up 500 yards against Arkansas. So
true.
I'm not sure what Ole Miss's defense is, but uh, I think the Chambliss kid. I
I
mean,
you
he's
know
played very well, but
yeah,
I think
exactly.
if he can do that against this LSU defense, I'll be very impressed.
Yeah, just
Um,
good on him. Good on him for being ready to come in that situation and playing well.
Absolutely,
Because I mean, even last week, I would have taken Tulane in the points
yeah,
for what the spread was. I mean, I would have
yeah,
bet them. I think it ended up being like 13 and a half. I would have easily taken
Mhm.
that, and
hmm
Ole Miss took care of all the business and more.
yeah.
So credit to them. Yeah, we'll see this week. But other than
Also,
that, yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say with Tulane's situation as well. That's their third Power Five game in a row as well, right? So they
Oh,
played,
big ask of them. Big
yeah.
ask. But
It's kind of like the South Florida thing, right?
correct.
You're finally on your third Power Five team in a row, and I mean it wears you down,
Hmm.
which is why some of these teams in like the SEC, we talk about it, the Big Ten and SEC. It's so tough to win even against lesser competition some of the time because it's just a grind. You have to stay
Yeah.
healthy and recover and game plan against very good offenses. And Tulane's luck ran out.
The American Conference as a whole is setting themselves up very well though, like as just representation to
Yeah,
get the group of five. I mean, what for the last 3 weeks it was USF, then it was Tulane, now it's Memphis. I mean, all of them are hanging tough. I mean, even though we all wrote them off early season, I mean, UNLV's still undefeated, so
yeah.
they were in a barn burner against Miami,
I'll
Ohio,
say
but
they won
they
some
snuck it
crazy
out.
games. Yeah.
I was just gonna say also don't sleep on Boise State coming back either, right? Like that could easily be the case if they just have that one loss.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll
agreed.
see
Yeah,
because the
yeah.
American are going to beat themselves up.
Either that is true. That is true. But they also, when you're talking about that group of five at the end of the year, I mean, they've all beat Power Four teams.
True.
Granted, lower level Power Four teams, or maybe teams like Florida that have gone down from what we thought they were. But that's not something to hang your hat on. Where like a UNLV and a Boise aren't gonna have those unless Boise
No,
shocks everybody and beats Notre Dame. But they're not gonna have that on their resume. And because of the American doing what they've done, that probably credits that conference a little more than what you're going to see out in the Mountain West.
agreed.
We'll
Yeah,
see.
I
Well, go
last
ahead.
little deal. TCU also nice
yeah.
win over SMU. So
Yeah,
TCU
that was a
kind of
good
sneaking up the
game.
Big
Yeah.
12. I think they snuck in the AP now. They're number 25, but they've just been kind of slowly saying, "Hey, we're still there." So
We're still
credit to them.
relevant.
Last game of the Iron Skillet. It's going away. So that was the last game of that rivalry. 105th meeting, I believe it was. 104th meeting. But
Mm.
the Iron Skillet.
Another tradition going away.
Speaking of rivalries going away, I guess they're officially going to announce. Should we touch on it? Like, do we have time?
Yeah, quickly, I forgot already again. The
So they're not.
SEC?
The SEC announced that the three rivals or what is it, permanent opponents for the next 4 years were
Yeah.
leaked today. Um, which there were some shockers, and then there's some obviously you knew that game was going to be played like A&M and Texas, like they're playing each other. Bama Auburn, they're playing Bama Tennessee. Um, but the most surprising for me, and it was going to be kind of the setter of the whole, in my opinion, the biggest domino in the scheduling department was the fact that they took away LSU Bama. Over the last 20 years, I feel like that's kind of been the marquee game um, of the SEC. That's their biggest ratings booster. But again, now you have all kind of different games like Alabama, Georgia, and those types of things. But the fact that they didn't have that one on there was kind of the biggest surprise for me. I don't know what y'all thought. Um, if y'all had any surprises or
Well,
questions
so
or
that I am kind of surprised that they didn't put Alabama with LSU or Georgia for their permanent opponents. Like I figured one of those would be in there. Um,
yeah,
and then I know like we talked about it, just like with all the different rivalries, like, it seems like it was kind of like pick and choose like which ones we're going to put in. I
yeah,
mean, especially like like for Texas, like you knew they were going to get A&M, you knew they were going to get Oklahoma. I mean, A&M, you knew they were going to get Texas, you knew they were going to get probably LSU. So I mean, for the most part, I mean. I,
yeah,
I know we talked a little bit before the pod, but I mean, like, there's some teams like Tennessee where they got Alabama, which we don't know what Alabama's going to look like in the future, and then they got Vanderbilt and Kentucky, which Kentucky's a bottom feeder right now. Vanderbilt's on a hot streak currently, but you don't know how long that's going to last.
Pavia's gone
Um,
after this year, and then it's
yeah,
they're
yeah,
back into the yeah.
and then on
No,
the opposite
I
end is Arkansas, who got the absolute gauntlet 3 games every year for the next 4 years. So.
yeah.
we
A
got
and
the
M,
same three guys.
yeah,
We
A
got
Yeah.
the
and M got the
same
same
three.
three. Yeah, I didn't
So
notice that previously, but
we got the same three, and
mm,
I am not gonna sit here and act like I'm throwing a party thrilled of the three teams we drew. Like Brian said, as an Aggie, you want Texas, and because of the games we've had against each other, you probably want LSU, even though you know you're getting tougher competition. Didn't love the Missouri draw because Drink has them playing good. They have some good cats right now. I was shocked we didn't get Arkansas, just because we had the Southwest Classic game against them at Jerry World for the 8 years in a row, just to kick off the SEC every year. It kind of seemed like they were trying to force that rivalry to keep going, and then now I don't know if they just took it away or what, but
yeah, but if you're Arkansas, you can't shaft them that hard.
that is
Like
true.
like Missouri
That is true.
Missouri's not an easy draw, but imagine having Texas, LSU, and A&M.
Well,
And
that's why I'm more surprised they gave Texas Arkansas and not A&M is what I'm getting at.
okay,
Like
gotcha.
I would have flipped Missouri and Arkansas because like Texas didn't have the natural thing going on with Arkansas that we've had.
Well,
That's what
like,
But
surprises me
but the
more.
Southwest
but
Conference,
Texas, I'll say Texas
Yeah,
has
back
yeah,
in the
Texas A&M
day.
has the recent rivalry, but like, yeah, Texas and Arkansas goes way back, so I think
yeah.
that's a big reason why
Yeah.
they went back to that.
But another thing too. So I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, Tennessee's draw is pretty easy," but at least based on whenever this was first brought up a long time ago, I'm pretty sure the SEC has like an algorithm where they rank the teams over the last 10 years on their success, and pretty much what they were just trying to dumb it down. Pretty much like the bottom half of the SEC, they were pretty much going to play two teams that were in the bottom half and one team in the top half. And in the top half of the SEC, we're going to play two teams in the top half and one at the bottom. That's why they threw Alabama a bone, giving them Mississippi State, because then they'd have Tennessee, Auburn, who are kind of in that middle to top half, and then they'd have LSU, who's another top half. And so they try to even that out as much as possible. Granted, I mean, over the last 5 years, Missouri's definitely not in the bottom half. And so that makes it a little more difficult for A&M and Arkansas because, again, you got Texas who, again, we don't have a big sample size in the SEC, but obviously they're good. And then you have LSU who's middle to top half of the SEC. Um, I don't know. It's just tough. Uh, and Tennessee is probably right smack dab in the middle of the grouping. So they got two bottom halves and one top half, and it is what it is.
Hey, go win the games. Don't complain. Just go win the games.
Yeah, yeah.
When the ones you're supposed to.
And you have to think there's six other games that are going to be on the schedule as well. And from what I've heard, it's going to be so you're going to get so next year you're going to get six teams, three home, three away, and then the following year you're going to get the other six teams that you didn't play, and then the following year it's going to flip home and away from next year. So in 3 years, so it'll be 1 and 3 will be the same teams, and 2 and 4 will be the same teams, and those just flip flop. Um, so, I mean, I'm not mad about it. And Georgia will get to go to Kyle Field for the first time ever.
Yeah,
See, I
That
think it
Texas,
finally at least sets it up to where everybody's playing everybody at some point,
yeah,
and it's not you're just getting set up with certain teams every year. So
because A&M's been in the league for what 13 years,
since
yeah,
2011.
and Georgia's never been to College Station. It's
Yeah,
wild.
we've been twice. I think
I
we've only
I,
played Georgia twice, I think.
I think yeah, it's pretty
hmm.
crazy.
Also, we got to get in the game, so it's all right.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, we
So
got
we're
to get in the
running out of
games.
time. So all right, well let's get rolling. So we'll go to our first one. So big game for both teams. It's going to be Notre Dame at Arkansas. So currently Notre Dame is a 4.5 point favorite. So Lucas, you want to kick this one off?
Mm. Obviously, I think Arkansas is a better team than Purdue is. Purdue put up what 40 points against Notre Dame this weekend.
30.
30 points against Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Taylon Green's a problem. Um, man, I did it with Florida last week. I think I'm going to go Arkansas. I think Arkansas is going to go on the road and beat Notre Dame. I don't think Notre
It's at
Dame's.
home. It's at home for
Oh, sorry,
Arkansas.
sorry, sorry. Even better, even more to my point. I'm gonna take Arkansas at home against Notre Dame. I don't trust Notre Dame, as I've said previously on this podcast. I think Taylon Green is going to go off, and I think Arkansas is going to bounce back from the Memphis loss.
I like it.
If I wouldn't have seen the second half collapse of Arkansas, I might be riding this with you, but I can't do it. I got to go Notre Dame. Taylor Green is gonna get his. He's gonna put up points, but they just need to give a steady dose of running. Let CJ Carr throw a little bit. The Arkansas defense is gonna give up points,
Yeah,
and Notre Dame is fighting for their playoff life. And even though Sam Pittman's fighting for a job at Arkansas, are they really gonna get up and fight for him that hard? I don't know. So yeah, I'm going Notre Dame.
so before you make your pick, Brian, I uh, I made a little statement earlier at the beginning of this season about field rushing, and Arkansas wouldn't. If Arkansas wins this game, I'm probably gonna get roasted on TikTok with some bookmarks from Arkansas fans. Um, and so that might be in play. So just a heads up. Also, if you remember, Arkansas upset Ole Miss last year as well. So at home. So we'll see. Brian, what you got?
Um, man, when Lucas, when you picked Arkansas, I was thinking Arkansas, and then when Will started talking Notre Dame, I was thinking Notre Dame. Now I don't know who to pick. Um, I don't know. I think Notre Dame's going to win the game. I mean, I think it might be a little sloppy. I think it might be one of those ugly games. Could be very high scoring. It could just be just not great football all the way around. Um, but I think kind of like what Will said is like Notre Dame's playing for their life right now, trying to bounce back and try to get a big win here. Um, yeah, I'm gonna take Notre Dame. So,
I probably
but I
should have
think that
too, but
I think Arkansas might cover the 4.5 though. I think it might end up being like a 3 point game.
yeah.
Let's go to the next one. Let's go TCU at Arizona State. Arizona State is currently a 2.5 point favorite. So, Will, go ahead and lead off on this one.
I just gave them their flowers a while ago. And it's on the road though, but I think I'm rolling TCU. I think I'm rolling the Horned Frogs. The Arizona State loss to Mississippi State still bothers me. I know it was on the road and everything else, but they're not quite what they were last year. So I like Hoover a lot. I think TCU is still getting slept on a little bit, even though they have been playing well. So give me the Horned Frogs.
Lucas?
Yeah, I'll roll with you, Will. I'm gonna go Horned Frogs on the road. You said it as well. I think Hoover's has been sleepily putting together a pretty good season with some good wins on the road at SMU, big rivalry game. Um, yeah, I think TCU takes care of business on the road. Scadabo's not there anymore to carry the load. Levitt, I mean, if you can bottle him up, you're going to have some success. So I think TCU goes in there and is more talented overall. Give me TCU.
Yeah, I mean, I picked TCU as my dark horse coming into the season, and they've played well so far. So I think they have a good chance to keep doing that. I want Arizona State to win to give Texas State any glimpse of hope of still sneaking back into the playoff race. But I think TCU's pretty good, and Arizona State hasn't done enough for me to really impress me to think that they're that much better of a team. So I think TCU's gonna go in there and win it. So I'll take TCU as well. So well, let's keep rolling. Let's go Alabama at Georgia. So Georgia is currently a 2.5 point favorite. So go ahead, Lucas.
Yeah, obviously we saw what Alabama was against Florida State, and then obviously they've kind of bounced back against some lesser opponents recently. Georgia at home is just tough to not take. Um, if this was at Bama, I might have other reservations about it. Um, but one thing on Bama side, I know Jam Miller's coming back from injury. They're having another defensive lineman come back from injury. That's supposed to be a big boost for them. But um, Gunnar Stockton too, the way he played on the road at Tennessee was very surprising in my opinion. And I think Alabama's secondary is suspect as well. Their defense has not played very well against the run either. So um, give me Georgia at home pretty much solely based on it's at home, and Gunnar Stockton has pleasantly surprised me with his play at Tennessee, so I'll take Georgia in that one.
I'm pretty much ditto echoing all that. Even though Ty Simpson has looked better, even for all the flack I gave him in the offseason of who is this guy, they don't even like him. But yeah, Georgia at home always plays really, really well. Stockton at Tennessee took a step that I think everybody was hoping to see, especially if you're a Georgia fan. Uh, Kirby DeBoer, I'm taking Kirby every single time in that coaching matchup. So yeah, again, at Alabama might maybe think a second more about it, but at Georgia, I'm rolling with the dogs.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll make it another sweep. I think Georgia's just the better team, so I think they go. I think they take care of business, especially being at home. So they
Kirby's
usually
two
have
and
a pretty good
six.
game though. So
Kirby is 2-6 against Bama. Granted, obviously, the Saban side of
so
it
they
is
take that
not
with a
there
grain of
He,
anymore.
salt. Yeah,
Um,
he's also 0-1 against the board though, right? Didn't
yeah,
Alabama win that last year, the shootout?
yeah,
yeah, they
So
did
yeah,
win that big one. Yep, that is true.
that was
Well,
the
let's.
Ryan
different
Williams
time.
play. That was the Ryan Williams
Yeah,
play.
yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah.
right. Yep. Well, let's go LSU at Ole Miss. So Ole Miss at home is a 1.5 point favorite. So just for me to start, I'll take LSU. Uh, I think it's gonna be tough. I mean, especially going to Ole Miss. Ole Miss gonna be fired up, but I think LSU. I think they're gonna. Well, I mean, I hope they figure it out this week for me to get the pick. But they gotta get. They just gotta make sure they get their offense going. We haven't seen their offense really get clicking against a good defense to this point. So if they can get it rolling, I mean, I think that they'll be in good shape. But if they start struggling early, it could be a tough one. But I think LSU. I'm gonna take them to go in and get a win at Ole Miss. So Lucas.
Yeah, I'm echoing that. I kind of mentioned it earlier. The Division two quarterback playing against LSU's defense. I think obviously last year LSU's defense was god awful. Ole Miss had a crazy good roster, and LSU still found a way to pull it off last year. I think I think Ole Miss's offense hasn't faced a defense like this yet. Obviously, LSU's offense, as you mentioned, hasn't been clicking very well. I think the key to this game is if LSU can establish a run, which they haven't been able to do, which is a problem. Um, and going on the road and doing that might be an issue, and it might start turning into one of those shootout games where Garrett Nussmeier going to have to start throwing the ball quite a bit, which he looked phenomenal doing that against obviously lesser opponents uh, against Southeastern. But I mean, he was hitting every throw from every position of the field. It was vintage Garrett Nussmeier and didn't even play the second half. So um, I think Ole Miss's defense is god awful. If LSU can't move the ball on this defense, then LSU is definitely not a title contender because this is not a good Ole Miss defense. So give me LSU. by 7, by 10. I think they win pretty comfortably, to be honest.
See you making faces, Will. So let's hear
Hate it for the graphic.
it.
Go Tigers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Y'all pretty much said everything that can be said about it. Yeah. Go Tigers. Hate it for the graphic, but go Tigers.
go Tigers. Well, let's see if we can split on the last one. We got Oregon at Penn State. So I know we've kind of talked about it. So Penn State's a 3.5 point favorite. We kind of talked, is Oregon legit or are they just playing good against bad talent? So I think we're gonna find out. I know the big question always is can James Franklin win the big game when he needs to? So it's gonna be a good test this week. So Will, you want to start it off?
Yeah. Night game, 6:30, Beaver Stadium, white out. Biggest game they've hosted in a long time at night. Oregon Ducks go into Beaver Stadium in the whiteout game. Dante Moore makes his statement. James Franklin falls flat again in a big state. I like Penn State, not saying they're out of it in the Big Ten. I've been very impressed with Oregon, even with some injuries in the offseason. And if this game was big noon kickoff, I'd go Penn State because that'd be a rough start for Oregon having to play at 9 a.m. their time or whatever, like crazy early. So I would definitely go Penn State later game gives them more time to get acclimated. Give me the Ducks to walk into Beaver and I guess call it an upset, but get a very impressive road win.
Let's go. I love it. Lucas?
I disagree. I
I figured y'all would.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
figured y'all would.
Um, I think
Yeah.
this for me is the same take that you had for me against Florida last week. I honestly, again, roast me on TikTok, whatever. I honestly don't think Oregon stands that much of a chance. I think more going in for his first big road start, having to do that at Beaver is going to be very tough in a whiteout game at night. Um, I think that's going to be a big part of the situation. And then if you go back and look too, like they hung around with Northwestern, kind of hung around with it for a little bit. Obviously, it's a big rivalry game against Oregon State. That was a decently close game at halftime too. Obviously, they pulled away at the end because they were obviously the better team. But I think Drew Aller being as seasoned as he is, the rushing attack from Penn State. Now they got some weapons on the outside. You already know kind of defensively how good how Penn State's going to be defensively. Um, I just think it's a tall task for a young quarterback to go on the road for his first major road start against in the Big Ten and having to go to Penn State to do that is a tall task. So I think Penn State wins this by 7 or 10 as well. I think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to come down to a final kick or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Penn State as well. I mean, I think they're gonna be definitely hyped up. Kind of like Will said, biggest whiteout game they've had in a while. So I think they're gonna be fired up and be ready to go. James Franklin gonna put a stamp on it, um, and ready to roll. So I mean, I think Penn State's gonna come in. Kind of like we said too, Dante Moore going into a tough environment like that. It's gonna be like unlike anything he's ever seen. So I think it'll be an exciting game. I think he could settle in and make it interesting, but I think Penn State's gonna win that one for sure.
Yeah, and that's one thing too. Obviously, we talk about the quarterback settling in, and the way Oregon's offense runs, like it's not like you're going to ask him to take deep shot after deep shot either. They just dink
Just
and
check
dunk.
downs all day.
Yeah, and so that might be to his benefit to kind of get him in a rhythm, but against that defense and that environment, I think it is going to cause some chaos. But we'll see.
It's gonna
If
be a
I'm
good
wrong,
one.
roast me, please.
I love it. I love it.
Bring all the hats.
Yeah, dude.
All right. Well, that's our games, and that's all I got. Snuck
Yeah,
it in under 2 hours
it was a long one this week, boys.
for sure. A
It's
lot
because
of
we
A
had
good
to
lot of
talk
lot
about
stuff.
of
the.
stuff going on.
It's because we had to talk about the stupid Astros, man.
Yep. I thought you were gonna say
Yeah,
the stupid NFL. 'Cause you seem pretty
that
pumped about that too.
that too. But it's all
Hey,
right.
it's all right. Come Sunday, the season will probably be over, so baseball will be done from us. So
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right. Well, that's all we got. Thanks everybody for listening. Continue to like, subscribe, share to your friends, to your family. Continue to check out our TikTok page. We post about 4 videos every week. Lots of good stuff. Come roast us. Come give us your takes. Whatever you want to
Yeah,
do.
Tech fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, we see you.
Bring all the rage. We see everything. So, but until next time, we'll see you next week.
See ya.